Whisper in the Well. The silence of the night lay over the village like a heavy blanket. Even the wind seemed afraid to make a sound as it slipped through the chestnut trees. Elif stood in front of the old stone house she had inherited from her grandfather, listening to something coming from the darkness. Something faint. Something that made her skin crawl. It felt like someone had whispered her name, very softly, like a breath, very far away, yet somehow right next to her ear. Ever since she returned to this house, strange things had been happening. Elif hadn't visited the village for years after moving to the city. She only came back when the news of her grandfather's death reached her. The house was neglected but still sturdy. The real problem was the old well behind the house, and the stories the villagers refused to talk about. As a child, she remembered the well always being chained shut. Her grandfather would only say, "Don't go near it, it's too deep." But the night she returned, she found the chains cut, the rusty rings broken, the heavy wooden lid pushed aside, as if someone had deliberately opened something that had been closed for years. Tonight, when she heard the whisper again, she turned to look at the well. The uneasy feeling inside her tightened. She shook her head, scolding herself. "Just tired," she muttered. "Calm down." But the deep silence of the night, it wasn't lying. Something told her she wasn't imagining it. Elif went inside and locked the door. The house was cold, as if no one had lived there for years rather than days. Before going to bed, she looked once more out the window. The moon was bright, lighting up the backyard clearly. And then her heart nearly stopped. Someone was standing by the well, a long, dark figure, unmoving, leaning over the well, staring into it. Elif froze. She blinked, and the figure vanished. "Enough," she whispered. "Just my imagination." Sleep didn't come easily that night. Every time she was about to drift off, she heard a deep hum, the scraping of metal, or a soft hissing that sounded like breathing. Each time she opened her eyes, there was nothing. In the morning, she went to the village cafe to talk to a few people. But no one wanted to mention the well. Only one woman spoke, a frail, elderly woman with trembling hands and cloudy gray eyes. "Elif," she said, her voice worn by years, "I know you loved your grandfather, but that well has been sealed for a long, long time. They say something is inside." Elif forced a small, mocking smile. "Village superstitions." The woman shook her head sharply. "No, not superstition. Years ago, a young girl disappeared. People believed she fell into the well, but they never found a body. After that, your grandfather chained it shut. At night, strange sounds came from inside. No one dared to go near it." Elif felt her throat tighten. "Then why did you think it was still locked, if the chains were cut?" The woman didn't answer. She only stared, frightened. After that day, curiosity and fear battled inside Elif. That night, before sleeping, she looked out the window again. And once more, someone stood by the well, but this time the figure was facing her, watching her. Elif shut the curtains at once, her hands shaking. A voice inside her begged her to leave, but another voice, just deeper, softer, whispered for her to come to the well. Around midnight, she woke up suddenly. Someone was in the room. She felt it. A shadow by the door, breathing. When she sat up, the shadow pulled back and slipped under the door as if it were smoke. Terrified, she opened the door. The corridor was empty, but a cold wind rushed past her. All the windows in the house were closed. That cold air couldn't have come from outside. She stepped forward, then again. Soon she found herself outside in the dark garden. The well under the moonlight looked larger than before, as if it was alive. As she got closer, a whisper rose from inside. "Elif." Elif. This time it was real, not imagined. She wanted to step back, but her feet felt glued to the ground. Her eyes were locked on the well. Suddenly, from behind the lid, a hand reached out. Black, wet, thin. Its fingers long and shriveled. Elif screamed and stumbled backward, falling to the ground. The lid of the well slid open by itself. From inside, a dark face emerged, swollen as if drowned, but wide awake. A little girl, but she had no mouth, only a deep slit where her lips should have been. And from that slit came a whisper. "I'm still here." Elif crawled away in panic. But the girl's hands reached out of the darkness, gripping the dirt. She was pulling herself up, forcing her way out of the well. For a moment, her entire body rose to the edge. Elif managed to stand and ran to the house. As soon as she slammed the door shut, the lights began to flicker, then went out one by one. From the darkness came that hissing breath. Then tap, tap, tap. Footsteps climbing,